Hey everyone, Dr. Luke here. So I'm going to be talking about the chapter 15. I am not sure exactly how we're going to do this. I'm going to try it this way. We'll see what happens. So I'm not going to give you the full in those videos. I'm just going to go superficially. I'm not going to go in like all the depths of everything that I would say in lecture, but I still want you to have some type of like overview and point out the really important things you should know for exams or like the cumulative at the end. Give you tips and tricks and uh, sorry, tips and tricks about all of that. So let's get going. In this chapter here, let's see. Yes, I can make it that way. In this chapter here, I usually ask my students to write in their own words. So feel free to pause the video here and just write in your own words what you think is the role of those things, RNA and photosynthesis in the history of life. Now, I'm going to show you important stuff. So things you should know. You should know that period of time here, 4.2 to 3.8 billion years old. That's when the life or the origin of life on Earth, right? It started there, and know that the origin of photosynthesis is down there, around 3.7, right, billion years. So what happened before all that? Before there was not even a crust, so that was the planet. The planet was just not hospitable, so bombarded by meteorites all the time, primordial soup. And for life, we need molecules. For those molecules to arose, we have an hypothesis that we tested. But just know, remember from BIO112 that all those molecules are the building blocks for the four macromolecules, lipid, monosaccharide, nucleotides, amino acid. In this class, we expect that you know the BIO112 content, so just really make sure you revise all of that. It's in the same textbook. So how did we figure out how we can make those here? CO2, more importantly, H2O, methane, H2O, NH3, ammonia. Well, the way we do it, the way it happens, right, it's a huge amount of energy and primordial gases. So we tested it by having a linear experiment. So you have some water volume here, it's all closed up system. So you have a vapor, water with methane, ammonia, and hydrogen that find themselves here, and a ton of energy to of electricity, like volts, and that energy plus those primordial molecules right after condensation, simply distillation, water just cooling the system, you can find organic compounds in the synthesize. So if you were to think, it's not like nothing has been waiting for 50 years on some small atom. But if you go back to the thing here, you'll notice that there's a ton of time here before the earliest prokaryotes. So for like a billion years, it was a soup without a crust. So, if you go back here, the crust was formed in 4.2, but since then you have had bombardment and electricity. So the origin of life is somewhere between 4.2 to 3.8, and that's where you can see by 4 to 4.5 is 500 million years. So a ton of molecules have been created, and then they arrange themselves in the shape of a cell. If you want to be more knowledgeable about that way, about how it happened, the arrangement, how a cell was formed, this goes way beyond this class, but it's really fascinating, and you can continue in your path on biology. But for this class, I just want to point out how the carbon dioxide has increased. And if you notice something, oxygen stays low because this is fermentation, basically. However, notice that the origin of photosynthesis was 3.7 billion years ago, right? Which means that oxygen was made by photosynthetic organisms starting around here. Why don't we see it? Why isn't oxygen going out? Because all oxygen being made by photosynthetic organism is consumed, right? So those photosynthetic organism that has been going on since 3.7, mostly in water. And the tipping point here is when now you have a critical mass of photosynthetic organisms that make more oxygen that is actually consumed. And so now that critical mass continues and exceeds the oxygen consuming organisms. And so now you have more oxygen producing organisms, so the carbon dioxide diminishes, and now you have a stabilization of concentration of carbon dioxide relatively low and oxygen increasing. This is also where we found the last common ancestor. So I encourage you on your own time to answer this question. You can pause here, find the answer, and then I'll give it to you. when you do those things, don't just answer the question, also disprove the other one. The reason why, it's all about demonstrating that early atmosphere give rise to organic molecules, whereas, and I'm going to do it this time, but not every time, life can be created in test tube, life wasn't created in test tube, that's not the point. How the first cell was on Earth, no, it's how macromolecules arose. And RNA was a self-replicating molecule, although it was a self-replicating molecule, we believe the first one was a crystal, and it's not what it is about in your experiment. So now if you have to expand, you can answer. So when you see that mastering concept afterwards, in those videos, it means that what was shared before is relevant to it. So you need to input it. And for your exam preparation, I would advise you to just write here, blank piece of paper, and just start writing. And try to put as much as you can in there. And then once you're done, go correct your work from your notes, from your textbook. And then the next day or the day after next, you do it again. You start again from scratch. And if you do it over and over again, you get to actually prepare for the exam and be ready for this class. Explain in your own words, the endoplasmic reticulum, nuclear envelope, and over internal membrane have arisen. That's for you to do after you post this video. Then let's figure it out. So briefly, this is an archaeobacteria. There is no more membrane-bound organelle. Notice here, there's only the DNA floating around, so it's like a prokaryote archaea. Then randomly, some infolding will happen, and most of the time, infolding unfolds, right? And nothing. But sometimes you will find that infolding continues and even complexifies. That's how you can form internal membrane, like the endoplasmic reticulum. However, to form what we call mitochondria, chloroplast, those require a bigger process. It cannot be just the membrane encapsulating itself. So the way it works for that, you have that host cell on top after the common ancestor. That's an archaeobacteria with prokaryotes. Some of them are aerobic bacterium, so they consume oxygen, and some of them are photosynthetic, so they do consume oxygen, but they also consume carbon dioxide. And when in one of the folds of that host cell, so that's the archaea, in one of the folds, if there is an endosymbiosis of one of those bacteria, it becomes mitochondrion. That is why mitochondrion has two membranes. There's the inner membrane and the outer membrane that was the archaeobacteria fold. Then these will make the non-photosynthetic eukaryotes, so us, basically, all animals. And then secondary wise, after the mitochondrial absorption, the secondary endosymbiosis of the chloroplast lead to the photosynthetic eukaryote, for example, trees, right? Of course, both of those bacterium can continue and remain bacteria, and they keep evolving, they keep doing their own stuff, right? But that's basically how organelles have evolved. The endoplasmic reticulum, that's just membrane folding, you see? But the chloroplast and mitochondrion, those are endosymbiosis events. So this clicker question, you can pause here and try to answer it. But yes, mitochondria have their own molecule, nucleus, sorry. That's not true. Not be consistent. Be careful to pay attention to those details. So now you can develop on this, and you can actually find out a little bit more in your own words. It's important to write in your own words. I want to emphasize that as I'm closing this short video. Writing things in your own words is very valuable. When you write things using copying the textbook, you're actually not engaging the material in your own way. So it's hard to relate it. But if you write in your own words, you'll find out that even if you don't use the right words, even if you don't have the vocabulary very well, you're at least putting things in a way that will stick for you, that will actually remain. And then it's easy to find the right words. But at first, you really need to explain with your own way. And it's cumbersome, and it's challenging, and it's uncomfortable. But it is the work, and you must do it. Because otherwise, you have to do it at the exam or on the essay. And that's not going to be super pretty, right? So give yourself chances to do things that are smooth and pretty, or at least polished by doing the work now of iteration on those things, and then you'll be ready to roll for the exams, right? So we'll stop this video here, and I'm going to pick back up for the presentation of the timeline in the next one. Take care.